Let's go see Gma.
I'm going to take over the intros.
All right. Let's see if we're getting live. I want to see some people pop in.
How's everything at the house, Ryan? Is it busier than ever?
I'm drinking. Well, if we're live right now, let's see if we're live. I don't see it live at the moment.
Yeah, it's live. We're 26 seconds in.
Okay, I'm looking for the video.
Your son is stealing the show right now.
Yeah.
So hey, everybody, thanks for joining us on Creator Talk tonight.
I do. Yeah. So if anyone is, you guys can see it. Rick, you can see it.
Yep.
I don't think it's live yet.
Well, it says live 47 seconds in.
You see people in the chat?
Let me see.
Nope, nobody in the chat yet.
All right, it's because it's showing that it's locked. Let me make sure it's unlocked.
Oh yeah. It's not live yet. I see what you're talking about.
All right, Jimmy's here too now. Sorry, let me make sure we're live. All right, Miles, say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, buddy.
Sorry. We're gonna have to apologize for the late start. Hey, Miles. To answer your question, things have been hectic. Between my daughter being born, and it's actually my wedding anniversary today too. So
happy anniversary,
Jimmy! It's showtime. Yeah, I'm gonna get this video.
Jimmy, how's it going, buddy?
Good. By the way, my real name's Jack. Just to clear that up, I know I've.
All right, no worries, Jack.
Cool. Until I turn 18, I'm not allowed to put my real name out online. So we go by Jimmy till now, but my real name's.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Interesting. Rick, what am I doing wrong here, brother?
I have no clue, man.
Sorry, gentlemen. Just hold on a second.
That's all right.
Have you hit the go live at the top right?
I hit that.
Well, so I've got. You guys see it too? Can you guys see where it says live 2 minutes in?
Yeah, I can see it on the top left.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Let's see it on Ryan's channel yet.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on Ryan's channel yet either.
I'm kind of.
Do you have a?
Kevin, you edit live streams later.
Do you have a stream key? I can't remember how I set mine up. Let me check.
Let me go to edit. I think I know how to do it here. I'm gonna go to edit, and let's just go. All right, public. All right, we should be good now.
All right, cool.
I think I figured it out. Apologize.
Excellent.
It's all good, man.
Technically, I'm learning. All right, so. All right. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Creator Talk. This is a new series started by me and Rick. We're trying to bring together the whole community of investors and entrepreneurs and put it on a platform so we all can kind of pick brains, pick ideas, so we can further grow our own content created, our own channels in our own paths. So welcome everyone. Should we start off with intros? It's probably a good way to start.
Yeah, probably great.
To kind of just go around. I'll first introduce myself. I'm Ryan. I am hosting the show tonight. My channel is all about investing, and it pretty much highlights, what I'm investing at the time. I first started in real estate. I've gotten in the stock market. I've been into Tesla lately, and I have a lot of cool content coming out with that. I actually have a nice collab video come out with Kevin next week, so I'll kind of pass it off to Kevin with that.
Yeah, so we had a collab coming out Sunday, I believe, about Tesla, so that's gonna be fun. But my channel mainly is about investing and like the FIRE movement. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's just like about your savings rate and like depends on how much you invest that you can either become financially independent or retire early and live off that income or not. And it's just kind of my development and journey throughout that. And I just kind of talk about my skill sets and stuff like that throughout and how I invest and my thought process through everything.
Excellent. My name's Rick, and as my channel name implies, I am the helpful entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since I was 17, and my channel is just all about my adventures, the excitement of being an entrepreneur, to help and give back other people that want to follow the same journey. So if you ever get a chance, don't just check out my channel, but check out the other guys' channels as well, and take a look and see if if you would think that's something that you want to subscribe to. By all means, do it. Next.
Hey guys, I want to mention on that, everyone's channel is linked in the description below. So if you want to go over and show some support, just click down there. And if you're watching this on replay, they're all located there. And I just put a banner here as well to go over and support each other. So all right, who wants to go next? We'll go to Blood Phantom.
I'll go next, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, so my name is Alex. My channel is focused on anything that's stock market related. I specialize in, I guess, swing trading and analysis, but my channel is really just about stock market investing. I do dividend growth investing and long-term investing, just anything has to do with the stock market.
Good. Brandon, you're up.
All right, so I'm Brandon. On my channel, I talk about how to make, save, and invest money. And yeah, just showing you guys how to make money in different types of ways, saving it.
Cool. All right, guys. My name is Jack. As you'll notice, I'm the only 17-year-old here. I don't think anyone else here is 17.
Yeah,
but yeah, so my channel, it's kind of like a crossover between the two things. So I talk about investing all the time on my channel, and that's kind of, I think, more in line with this audience. But then I also talk about entrepreneurship as well. And I'm specifically in the social media marketing niche. So that's the kind of entrepreneurship that I'm involved with. And yeah, pretty much on my channel, you can find anything related to teen investing and teen entrepreneurship.
Awesome.
All right. Whereas I have questions.
Sorry, I'm just sharing out the stream and putting it in Gen X Dividends Discord. Is anyone? I know Kevin, you're a part of that. Is anyone else?
Part of it,
yeah. Brandon, do you know who Gen X Dividend Investor is?
I do not.
Yeah, you're gonna join our community, brother. We got a cool clique of people. Gen X.
tight niche.
He'll probably be here. He's got a cool like multi-million. No, it's over $1 million dividend portfolio. It's pretty impressive, and like this deep dive analysis into companies. Pretty cool stuff. So, yeah. So people are hopping in right now. So yeah, we have a forum, a bunch of questions written out. I wrote out my own, and Rick has a bunch prepared too. So I'll just start it off. And this is a question I've been, really asking myself a lot lately. As you know, I kind of created my own channel to not only provide value to others, but I always think, I went to school to be a teacher, and I always feel like the best way, or actually they teach you the best way to learn is by teaching. If you give students a project to do, and they do that project and teach it back to their class, they're going to have higher retention rates rather than if you just have them sit in the seats and talk at them, they're not going to retain that. It's like a difference, like 70% retention rates. So my question with that is, would you guys rather make a video that like you love, but it'll get like a little bit of views, or would you rather make a video that gets a lot of views, but you don't really love the topic, you're just doing it for the views? Do you have a preference? We'll start off with Kevin.
Nice.
Sorry, I was responding. So you're saying, do I have a preference? Like, am I doing it for the views or like?
No. Would you rather make a video you love for yourself that may not get a lot of views, or would you rather do a video maybe you don't love as much to get a lot of views?
Ooh, dang, that's a hard one, right? Because that's the that. I would rather do a video that I like. Right, because there's a bunch of videos out there that like don't get a lot of views that I'm like, the editing is like, I like the storytelling of this. Yeah. So that's the kind of content I'd rather do. Does it suck to like not get those views? Yeah, a little bit. Because you put so much work into it. But yeah, I'd rather do that because I don't know. Well, we'll see. Because like one day I might get like a video that has a lot of views, and that might change my perspective on things. But we'll see.
Yeah, Kevin's has like his channel for like the quality of views. It feels like you're watching a channel that has like 1 million subscribers, and that's why YouTube the algorithm is something's not right with it, or what the magic sauce is. That's interesting. All right, so Rick, do you want to answer these as well, or we'll just shoot them at the?
No. I mean, it's about these four guys. We're just hosting. Absolutely. We're here to listen and ask.
All right. So you want to keep that? Let's go to Alex.
Yeah, sure. So I basically make videos that I want to make. I've never made a video because of the views. And my priority at all actually isn't even like getting that many subscribers. I know it's probably like the main goal of YouTuber. But I pretty much just started this channel because I was bored, because in my personal life, there's not that many people I can talk to about stocks. And like, even if there were, then like conversations usually aren't that interesting. So I just was like, okay, I might as well just start filming my ideas. Maybe someone likes them. Maybe not. I don't really care. So yeah, I'm not super concerned with likes or views or subscribers. And if I get monetized, then cool. Then that's okay too. So it's not really my objective. I really focus on quality. And I will say that once the camera turns on, then my number one priority is doing my research, because obviously when we have a platform and that are to every word that you say. It's really important that you say like factual stuff. So that's always my priority. And my other priority is just to have like good quality content, meaning like, okay, is someone actually learning from my videos, each and every video? If not, then it's probably not a good video. A couple of videos that I made where I just like deleted them because they didn't really teach anything. So yeah, I don't do things for the views pretty much.
So yeah, this is a hard question because it's like we do want to make content that we absolutely love, but it kind of sucks when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it and no one actually sees it. Like, it's heartbreaking when you put so much work into it. It's like 15 views. You're like, oh man. But then on the other hand, when you do like videos that actually feed the algorithm and they do well, but you're not really that interested in it, it's like, man, YouTube really likes this content, but I'm not really that interested in it. So it's like, man, do I go with the growing with YouTube but not being really interested in what I'm doing, or do I go with the loving what I'm doing but not getting that much recognition for it? And I think that's kind of the pitfall where a lot of YouTubers are at right now, because it's like they have videos that perform well, but it's not things that they want to talk about.
Yeah.
And that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Good point.
To add on to that, I just want to say I think it's really funny that like we reference the algorithm. Like I think everyone just now in the past 5 minutes has the algorithm kind of like it's the all-knowing eye. I guess to, please the algorithm. Just kind of funny.
Yeah.
What do you think? So do you want to be referred to as Jimmy or Jack?
So Jack, yeah, Jack's my real name.
Jack,
I don't know. I don't like responding to a fake name. That may be. But yeah, so for my channel, my YouTube journey started about 3 months ago. I'm relatively new to this whole game. I still think of myself as new to YouTube. And in the last 3 months, I've really gotten to know the platform a lot better. Started to kind of understand what works, what doesn't work, what gets more views, what doesn't get more views. And honestly, my videos are mostly meant for like, I'm envisioning another teenage version of myself and what could provide as much value to them as possible. Because I feel as though providing value at the end of the day, even if it's to a smaller group of people, is the most important, because you could provide no value to people and get like 1 million views, but then let's say either those people don't stay for very long because it's like a clickbaity thing, but then they leave immediately, which I'm sure all of us as YouTubers can understand. If you look at the graphs, most people don't watch a video all the way through. I mean, that's just a fact, unless you have a very, very good video. But just the way that YouTube works, most of the time that doesn't happen. So I'm worried about the kind of the end viewer, the person that's watching all the way through, the person that's really getting the most amount of value, because I'm most interested in that kind of small group of people, but how I can really, really help them and make an impact in their life. I'm not interested in making a tiny little impact on a million people's lives. I want to make big impacts in small groups of people's lives, but yeah, really help them. And then I have a little bit of a question to post to the group, because it's an interesting phenomenon. So I've just been experimenting with TikTok. I'm not sure if any of you guys are hopefully you're all familiar with that. Gary Vee talks about it a lot. A lot of people are talking about it. And so I'll just show you an example. So I just started my TikTok channel yesterday. Posted a couple videos up on there. And the sixth one I posted got 2,500 views, which is more views than I've ever gotten on my YouTube channel before. Now, like TikToks are 15-second videos. They're not whole YouTube videos. However, I just want to pose like I don't know what kind of question, maybe a moral question or whatever kind of way you would call the question, but like, how much is that view really worth if it's not a long-term video? Or what do you guys think of the platform TikTok in general?
So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get your TikTok audience to come over to your YouTube?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, I have the YouTube.
Did you direct them over? You're trying to convert them over. So did you direct them somehow to come over to YouTube?
Yeah, so what's super cool about TikTok is, unlike the other platforms, which are usually not very friendly with each other, like Instagram and YouTube and some Facebook, they're not all super friendly with each other. TikTok's been really smart in making it pair really well with the other platforms. So you can actually put your YouTube link in there's a specific section. You can put your YouTube link in your TikTok bio, and you just put in your description, subscribe to my YouTube. And yeah, you can pretty much direct traffic from your TikTok directly to your YouTube.
Excellent. Hey, if it's another outlet, if it's another means to generate traffic and subscribers to your YouTube channel, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I recommend it to anyone here, by the way.
Yeah, you guys
have you found any success with that?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. Let me see if I can find my phone. probably won't be able to show through the screen, but yeah. So I had success in terms of views on TikTok. I have like, I don't know, 10, 12 followers on TikTok, but mainly it's been the amount of views that I'm getting. And I'm noticing just because YouTube with the algorithm, the way it works is it's not going to show your video to like a ton of people, but TikTok's still kind of a newer platform where if it reaches that first kind of mass, where like if it shows it to 100 people and like 50 of those watch the full video, then it's going to show it to 500 people, then 1,000, then 10,000. And YouTube doesn't really do that. It's harder to like dramatically increase the amount of views on YouTube. You have to slowly kind of build it, as opposed to TikTok. It's a newer platform. You're able to get a lot more exposure very quickly like that. And because you're getting all that organic exposure, I just thought it might be an interesting platform to experiment around with. And then, yeah, obviously, I think YouTube's here to stay. I don't think TikTok's here to stay, but I think it's a good kind of way to generate traffic toward your YouTube channel, which is the end game.
Has anyone else used TikTok here? Brandon, Alex, Kevin?
I haven't used it.
No, I looked a little bit. Like me and Gen X and Dave from Hidden Freedom Investing were talking about it a little bit, right? Because like, Gary Vee is always talking about like where the attention is. Where's the attention? And right now it's at TikTok. So I'm trying to think of a way like how can you even push people to an investing channel from TikTok, where because TikTok, you talk to like people that are like 19, 18 and younger, right? And they're like using TikTok, where it's like, how do you provide a lot of, they always say like it's, you use it when you're bored, and it's not like an actual content stuff. So it's like, how do you move them over is what I'm trying to think of.
You just flex on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like show me games.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I've seen, so the thing about TikTok is you're right, there's kind of that perception that it's only like 19, 18-year-olds kids just trying to look for basically hot girls. I mean, that's like what most of them but believe it or not, because there's such a wide audience of people, not every single person's there to look at the exact same kind of video. And there's actually investing type channels like, by millionaires or Gary Vee type channels, or just kind of providing help type channels where they're able to provide a lot of help in like a 20-second period. And there's a lot of people that are still following along to those channels, like Gary Vee has millions of followers, and there's other investment channels or whatever you call them, investment accounts on TikTok, and they have hundreds of thousands of followers. Just to give you as an example of my video, let's see if we can show it there. Can you see how many views that has?
We're all
not really sure what I'm looking at. I was like looking at every
I'll make such a great screenshot right there. We're all like,
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna start it. I think it's time. I was like I said, we were in the Discord with Gen X. Everyone's talking about TikTok. I think it's worth looking at it. Well, maybe segue that question to anyone else. Does anyone else find? Well, Jack, you also, your Instagram page has 100,000 followers.
Yeah. So it's not.
How'd you do that?
I'll explain that too. That's the real phenomenon. 100,000 on TikTok. On Instagram. That's the real challenge. So that page is not owned by me. It's managed by me. But the guy who owns it doesn't really care about the page anymore. So he says I can basically do whatever I want with it. Post on the stories promoting my channel. Post in the link in bio promoting my channel. Even could do post promoting my channel. So yeah, it's not necessarily me who grew the Instagram. I helped grow some of it after it was already very large. But pretty much the way to grow Instagram channels. And what you have to remember about this is 3 or 4 years ago, it was much easier to grow on Instagram. A lot of the Instagram growth techniques you see YouTube videos about now don't work nearly as well, just because the Instagram algorithm has been really perfected over the years not to be so susceptible to some of these tricks that you get you on the explore page. Whereas before, I think there was some certain trick where you like post a video and then have like enough people comment on it within the first minute that it hits the explore page like instantly, and that gets millions of views. And then obviously drives a ton of traffic to your channel. There's all these kind of tricks you could do back in the day. Those don't really work as significantly anymore. But really, the way to continue growing on Instagram and, the way that the account continues to grow and just it gets more attention is by cross-collaborating with others. Just like what we're doing right now. We got 6 YouTube channels on this. We're all combining each other's audiences. Everyone's getting, it's kind of like 6 times. Everyone's getting to know each other. The same thing is done on Instagram, where accounts with 50,000 followers shout for shout. Other accounts with 50,000 followers, they're all in a group of 12 people, and then they gotta cross promote their audiences to all each other. And then it works the same thing for 100,000 accounts, 200,000 accounts, and it just goes up. That's how really Instagram accounts grow.
Wow,
that's interesting.
For us creators, good to know.
Brandon, do you utilize any other social media platforms to support your YouTube channel?
I use Instagram mostly.
Okay.
I try not to go into too many because it's kind of hard to already manage YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
So I usually just use those two.
Yeah.
But you did mention TikTok, so I might have to give that a
try. My goal is to get every single person on this webcast that's on TikTok.
I already set my account up last week, so hey.
Then Alex, I want to shoot it to you. We talked about, you said you're trying to keep kind of your private life separate from your YouTube life. Is there any other kind of extensions you want to use to market what you're doing on your channel, or do you just want to kind of keep it more niche and a smaller community?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of like that it's niche. Like I run with that now at this point. I think at some point, maybe I want to make a Facebook page. I know obviously like that has potential to blow up, so that might not be super niche. That's one outlet I was looking at. I don't know. I don't really like the Instagram platform too much. One sort of extension that I was thinking was like, it's a thought I had a few months ago, was like, I was thinking about some kind of paid service where I could basically show what I'm trading, and whether that's going to be through Patreon or maybe Discord or something like that, or just create some kind of a small community of swing traders in the same way that Daniel from Informed Trades has, or Gen X Dividend Investor has. But yeah, I just basically wanted to create a community of like-minded individuals who like trading, which is like kind of different than a stereotypical social media type of aspect. But yeah, basically I wouldn't steer in that direction unless I was getting paid for it, because setting up a whole community on Discord or like Facebook or something like that obviously takes a lot of time, which I'm kind of dedicating to other stuff right now. So yeah, I think maybe in the future it's possible I have some kind of either trading service, but then at the same time, I don't want to be that guy that has a trading, because like once you charge for trading or once you like have a course, then all of a sudden you become that guy that sells courses, which I never really wanted to do in the first place. So yeah, it's still up in the air, but I haven't really decided too much.
Okay, Kevin, what about you? I see you on Instagram. Do you have any other social media platforms you use to drive traffic to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, like I'll use Instagram here and there just to keep updated, just to post things and stuff, and that usually helps. But what really helps recently is just finding the right Facebook groups for your videos and like answering their problems. Like for the ones that are like, is this a buy, or like my thought processes through everything. I'm not trying to like persuade you to buy the stock. I'm just like showing like a thought process that I have going through the stock, and I find that to be helpful for maybe beginners or people that are like into like value investing or like looking at the ROEs or different metrics. So I'll post it into those groups, and I get a lot of traffic from there because it's obviously bringing people value. Like, oh, so this is how one person values a stock or looks at it.
Yeah, and if I could add to that, that's something that my wife did for a long time, and actually I had some success with it. Like my channel, an average video gets a couple hundred views, but I did a Tesla video this past week, and I joined a bunch of Facebook groups that are all Tesla related, and I threw the video on there, and that video in a week got 1,700 views.
Whoa.
And like 50 subscribers. So it was exponentially more. For some people, 1,700 views is not a lot. For me, that's really good. So so it's a way to kind of make sure the content you're creating is getting in front of the right audience that's susceptible to it. So if you just go on Facebook and you search whatever the keyword is, Tesla, and you hit groups, it'll show you all different kinds of groups pertaining to that. So that's a tip that helps anyone.
Yeah, that's what I do actually. And it's like I'll like lurk in that group for like maybe a week or a couple weeks, and you'll see a bunch of questions like, what do you guys think of this stock, or how do you value this stock, or what stock is everybody looking at? And you're gonna see like the similar problems come up, and then you can decide these are the videos that I should make for this group in particular, and you get a lot of traffic coming in that way. Like I don't get like thousands, but I do get subscribers, and it's not like the algorithm is promoting it like I'm finding these people. So
yeah,
actually, I think I want to change my answer. So yeah, I'm part of the PPC group, and I have my video times. I don't know if you guys are part of that group. I know like JMac and Jerry Welch are part of that group, but like that as well as will sometimes regulate sort of the group if you start to post too much of your own content. So one way to get around that is I'll just post in the comments, like let's say someone's M1 Finance, and I'll be like, yeah, M1 is way better than Hood. Check out this video. Like, I don't even have to say that it's my video, but if you just post it in the comments, usually they're not going to regulate because it's just like a lot harder to. So that's like kind of my little loophole.
I like that.
And then Rick, I have one more question. I'm going to turn a few over to you. Is that okay, bud?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Because Brandon, I was lurking your channel, and you're new to me, so I'm excited I found your channel. I got my notification bell on. And then I saw something that you did, I did as well that helped. I did, I joined the Webull affiliate link, where if someone signs up using my link, they get 2 free stocks and they give me $60. And what I found to be interesting is like when you first get on a new app, you don't really quite know how to navigate it. You're playing with all the buttons. So I saw your biggest videos over 100,000 views showing people how to buy Ripple on Binance. Yeah. So I said, so 2 questions. Like that's really good because a lot of people don't know how to use it. It's different Asian software. So do you do other videos still like that? And also, do you still have a continued interest in the cryptocurrency space? And then we'll go ahead.
In terms of like tutorials on a lot of the financial apps, I do make them from time to time. I'm trying to work them into my schedule.
Okay.
In terms of cryptocurrency, during that little stage where I forgot what it was called.
The bubble.
No, there was like some scam. A lot of the scam coins were going on, and then a lot of the cryptocurrency YouTube channels were getting a lot of backlash or whatever. I don't know if it was around like last year-ish, 2 years ago.
What do you mean, like YouTube was like shutting them down, or
not shutting them down, but I guess if you were promoting certain coins or whatever, and then they came out to be like scam coins and stuff, you started losing a lot of credibility. So I saw like a lot of my friends that were involved in cryptocurrency, they started to like take a step away from it for a little while. Okay. Like when it was hot, when Bitcoin was hot and everybody was like getting involved in it, you saw like everybody was starting a cryptocurrency channel.
Yeah.
You'd walk through the grocery store and the guy packing the aisles was saying how much money he was making on crypto.
Yeah.
And then, so does anyone else have, and I want to just expand that, does anyone know, so one brand, do you still dabble in the cryptocurrency market? And I just want to extend that question to everyone else if they've dabbled or have interest in that market.
I mean, I do dabble, but I haven't really made content pertaining to it. It's probably up for the future. I'll probably start to make videos about it again because I do get people that are like, oh, why'd you stop making those videos? So, yeah, I'll probably start making them again, but just working on my consistency at the moment.
I hear you. Then I'll shoot that over to Alex. Alex, do you have that anywhere in that Robinhood portfolio, or?
Absolutely, yeah. It's actually, if you scroll like all the way down to like the sketchy stuff, like down to the weed stocks, then you're gonna find the cryptocurrency holdings. Yeah, so I do have I would have a lot of interest in it. I think one sort of strategy I do is kind of different from a lot of people. When I usually disassociate whatever I'm buying with what it actually is. So I actually don't know too much about the crypto market, and nor do I believe in it all that much. I mean, I'm sure cryptocurrency has a lot of potential to get really popular, but that's not why I'm buying crypto. The reason why I'm buying crypto is I think I can make money off of it. So yeah, just based off technical analysis, I think I can make money off of it. And that's kind of how I view a lot of things. Honestly, when I look at a chart, I'm just like, can this make me money? If the answer is yes, and I'll play around with it. Otherwise, no. To answer your question in short, I do have quite a bit of interest in crypto right now. I think I have like maybe $1,000 position, which is like a % or so of my portfolio. And very bullish in the long term, actually.
It's been a good month too.
Yeah, it has been.
Jack, do you dabble?
Yeah, so crypto, I've had some experience in crypto. I traded Ethereum and Bitcoin both back a year ago when it was in the bubble, when it was in the hot times, and when everyone was making the channels and making all the money. So let's see. I'll just give away all the dollar amounts. So in Ethereum, I bought one coin, I think for around like 400 or so off of a friend's tip. Sold it for 800. Nice little profit grab right there. And then in Bitcoin, what I did was there was a stock that followed the price of Bitcoin, I think called BTC. And it was in smaller increments than actually having to buy a full $10,000 Bitcoin it was at the time, or 9,000. And what I did was I bought that stock, bought like a share or two, and then waited for it to go to, I knew, basically I bought it at 9,000, knew it was going to go to 10,000 sometime very soon. No mathematical reason for all the finance gurus. I didn't have any formula or anything. I just like, this thing's at 9,000. I have a very good feeling every single day it was going up, going up. Like, I have a very good feeling it's going to go from 9 to 10. Bought it and then made $1,000. That's my extent with cryptocurrency. 400 off of Ethereum, 1,000 off Bitcoin. And besides that, I don't really know too much about it. I know that's what a lot of people say, but I don't really like to speak or give advice about things that I don't know a ton about. I know that the value that it comes from is kind of off of blockchain, right? Which is the whole idea of decentralizing currencies. And I think that the blockchain technology behind Bitcoin, I think, is really useful and will continue to prevail in like different parts of the financial system. However, I'm unsure as to whether, the price of trading currencies, how far really the value of a currency can go up, because what you're buying at the end of the day is not like something that has income behind it. You're not buying like a farm or a business that produces income. Rather, you're buying a currency. And if you buy like dollars or yen or euros, those aren't generally expected to go up in dramatic increments like Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the other coins have. So I think over the long term, I don't know how good of a bet buying the currencies are going to be in terms of like benefiting off of blockchain technology. However, I think there'll definitely be companies in the future that will be able to innovate in areas like fintech, use blockchain technology, and become very profitable.
And Kevin, I don't hear you talk about it much, brother. Have you ever dabbled?
No, man, never. I'm not. You know me. I'm not a speculator. I'm like by the book, pretty safe, like blue chip company kind of things. I like looking at it, and it's like I'm always because I like to do technical analysis too. So I'm always looking at it. I'm like, oh man, like let's drop here, this pullback, like it's still following the trend, pulls back to the trend line, looks good, and it's like it's so tempting, right? It's so juicy. You want to get it, you want to hop in on that, but for me, I'm like, no, I got these discipline rules. I gotta follow them. Like my personality, get rich slowly, and I'm slowly starting to get over to those like away from growth and more dividends and stuff like that.
Can I ask you? Oh, go ahead.
Me and Kevin, we're gonna make how can we do another collab video? We did one like way back when our channels had like 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was like, my Tesla videos are doing decent. Maybe do something like that. And like, why don't you do a Tesla stock a buy? He's like, Ryan, I don't know how to do that. The company doesn't make any money.
The cash flow. It's the cash flow that gets me.
That's funny. All right, guys. Kevin? Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, can I ask Kevin?
Finish off with the investing.
All right, sure, yeah. I was gonna ask Kevin what his most position is, because you're right. Every single like stock to buy video has been like super reliable. Yeah, what's your most speculative position?
Ooh, speculative. I would probably say Alibaba, right? Would be the most speculative one, even though it's a strong company. It's just like it's China, they can just be shut down just like that. Any company in there can be shut down. It's either Alibaba or Tencent, right? Because any one of those can be like, okay, boom, you're gone, and that's it. But that's the most speculative.
And that's your biggest position, right?
Facebook is actually my largest position. Yeah, Facebook. Oh, actually, no. I think you're right. I think Alibaba is now.
Baba's been on a tear too. So
yeah.
Hey guys. Okay, so guys, when did you guys start your channels? How long ago?
Yesterday. Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, I had started mine March last year somewhere, mid-March, probably March 16th, 17th. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Yeah, so it's been a while, and I'm still trying to find my own kind of like niche or like video that I'm trying to take off with right now still. So
yeah, actually I started this channel a long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, but I think what I did 10 years was a lot different than what I'm doing now. I was basically in a lot of bands growing up, and so I would just like record me and bandmates like playing our original songs, and I would just like post them on YouTube. You're not gonna find them anymore, so like don't bother looking. I didn't start.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
No way.
Yeah.
What was that, Rick?
I said original songs would be great to hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought about like because I know that Ryan did like a what was it when you it was like a Get to Know challenge or something like that. Like last year, Jerry Welch basically tagged me, but I never did it. So I think when I do that video, I'm going to share like maybe a couple songs or something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, anyway,
what kind of music?
Like really weird music. So basically, it's called lo-fi. Lo-fi is the genre.
I love
so
lo-fi.
If you think oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So lo-fi basically, for layman's terms, is like purposefully bad quality. So it's like distorted, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's my music life. And I started doing my like pro YouTuber channel. I want to say maybe like 2 years ago. That's like I got my job, and like I moved to new. Didn't really have any friends in that new city up in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. So I think that's also why I started my YouTube channel, actually, just like to kind of time. So then I started talking about finance. So yeah, maybe like 2 years.
Got it. Next.
Oh,
sorry, Brandon. Sorry.
I've been doing it for about 3 to 4 years, but I kind of started off trying to do like comedy.
Really? Are those videos still there? Because I'm going after them now.
I didn't get rid of them, but they're pretty bad compared to like the stuff I put up now. So take a look at your own discretion.
I'm going to now.
Got it. Wow, Jack.
All right. So as I said in the beginning, I started YouTube. Says technically 4 months ago, but I didn't really get serious about it until about 3 months ago. Started uploading videos. I've uploaded since close to 50 videos to my channel. Really got to know the YouTube algorithm and the YouTube landscape over the past couple months. I didn't even know all you guys all before this. Now I see you guys constantly commenting. I know all your names. I never actually met all of you on the webcam, but I've seen all you guys commenting on so many videos, especially you, Hidden. Sorry, what's your name again? No, not Hidden.
Hidden Freedom Investing.
Helpful investor. I want to see that comment a lot. That's you. I know. Tough. But yeah. So anyway, just got into YouTube relatively recently. I'm really looking forward to connecting with a lot of other young entrepreneurs. I mean, I talk with all you guys. You guys aren't 17, 18 years old, but I get a lot of like kind of younger audience watching my channel. I've already had kids reach out to me via email, say like, "Hey Jack, love your channel. You know, I've given like free calls and stuff on my channel." It's been basically a really cool way to connect with other younger entrepreneurs and younger adults.
Yeah, you know what? You did a live stream recently with the entrepreneur, 17-year-old entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, Charlie
AI in the UK. He's from the UK.
Yeah.
If anybody watching this has got an opportunity, go over to Jack's channel and take a look at this because it is an amazing interview. Amazing. I was like in awe watching it for like the whole duration of it. So really, really well done. Great job.
That's probably my favorite interview that I've done so far.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He's like super cool. It's so amazing to think.
So interesting too.
Yeah, because of like technology, we were able to connect. I mean, he's like a totally different 17-year-old in a totally different situation on the other side of the world. But because of technology, because of LinkedIn, we were able to get in touch and we set up this interview. And I didn't know any of those things about him really before we went on the interview. But yeah, so he runs like an agency doing multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in the UK, setting up clients. It's so amazing to hear about that. And it's just cool to hear about all the other 17-year-olds out there in the world doing really cool things.
Yeah, smart guy, really smart guy. And like I said, 17. It was amazing to listen to him talk. It was great. Great interview. Great job.
Thanks.
So, yeah, if anybody's got any questions here, I don't know if we're keeping track. If there's any questions, by all means.
I just got a question from Ben Chen. Jack's channel is linked in the description below. So just as well as everyone else here. So just click the description and you can find his channel there.
Yeah,
I'll go by Jimmy on YouTube for everyone.
And Jack, do you have any videos on TikTok, like how to use TikTok? Like a tutorial would be great for
I know.
older folk, you know.
Yeah, anybody having a suggestion on that?
So no videos have been on my channel yet. I was planning on posting one actually within the next week or so, just kind of documenting my TikTok experience. You know, basically how to go from like nothing, getting videos going viral, getting like a couple thousand views easily, which is much harder to do on YouTube than it is on TikTok. But yeah, no, I don't have any current YouTube TikTok tutorials on my channel. One TikTok, I think I saw a good TikTok video. Gary Vee has great content about it.
Yeah.
So definitely check out his stuff. That's just kind of off the top of my head what I could think of. But yeah, there'll definitely be a video about TikTok coming to my channel soon.
Excellent. Cool. Excellent. Anybody inspire you guys to start your channel? Why did you guys start it?
I started it because I originally wanted just to do fire content because as soon as I heard about it, like I was like YouTubing it up. I was like, what is this? Who's doing it? What are the rules? How do I play this game? And I found out there wasn't any really. There was like maybe 1 or 2 podcasts and they kind of stopped. And I was like, well, I just kind of want to do my own. And I like talking about investing. And then you get into it and you find communities like you guys, right? And it's just like a totally different world, and that kind of keeps you going. Like this is really fun. Like there's a difference between watching YouTube and then making it and then getting into this community, right? And you just have this totally different outlook of it, and it kind of keeps you going. Like you get into this rabbit hole of like, what else can I? Who else am I gonna meet and like collab, and what other adventures are in here? And it just kind of keeps you going, you know?
Yeah, I can second that. I don't know if I kept up the same pace and energy with YouTube if I hadn't met like you guys and like the other people that are commenting on my channel. Because like a good group of like maybe 6 core people that I'm close to on YouTube, and make it a lot more fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll add that. I've become such a fan of Alex's channel just because the way he approaches the market in such a humble way and like a high level way. Like he's just very honest with himself. You know, investing is really, really hard because to get a good price on a stock, you have to be correct when like the market's wrong. So you have to. It's a very psychological process. So I really like hearing the way Alex breaks down situations and shows the charts. And if you don't watch him, like he's got a monster portfolio that is definitely worth paying attention to. He's become one of my favorite channels.
Thank you, man. That means a lot.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the content, you know. So. But I didn't mean to cut you off, Rick. I just had to say that. I had to plug that at some point tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Brandon.
Well, I started my channel because I think in my neighborhood, it's kind of like we don't really have people that get famous off of like investing or starting businesses. Usually the most important people in our neighborhoods either are like basketball players or they're like musicians or I guess social media stars, but we don't really have anybody who's like owned a business or like has invested and become great at that. So I feel like I wanted to be somebody that people could kind of look up to in terms of like a business and investing point of view. And yeah, that's kind of why I started it. And then also it's like in high school, they don't really teach you how to invest. They don't teach you how to start businesses. They don't teach you any of that. They kind of put you in this bubble of like, okay, you need to be an employee, work there for like 45 years, and then, retire. And then whatever is left of your life, you try to enjoy that. And
the industrial age mentality.
Yep. Yeah. Simply put, that's just not what I want to do. Like, I want to do things my way. I want to have my own business. I want to invest. And I just want to change the mindset of different people because obviously it's not a lot of people's fault why they think that way. It's because that's what they were taught.
Yeah.
And
very good dream, right?
You change the mindset and then people will keep on changing the mindsets of other people because they've learned to change their own mindset. So that's kind of why I made the channel to kind of teach.
Have you people in your neighborhood seeing what you're doing? Have they reacted positively to that? Have you had from talking about investing? Have you been able to impact people close to you?
Yeah, people in my neighborhood, they watch me all the time. They're like, bro, honestly, it's like I don't see that much people in our neighborhood doing stuff like this. It's like you're definitely different because most of the people in my neighborhood is either they're like a basketball player or they do music, but you don't really have anybody who's like, yeah, I want to start my own business. Oh, I invest for fun, or I just invest because that's a way to make some type of income. Like we don't have that. And honestly, I feel it's because people want to do it, but they feel like they're scared. Like they feel it's not possible. They see all these other people doing it and they're like, well, they probably got to have a lot of education to do this. Honestly, no, you don't really need that much education. I think you just need somebody to follow. And I don't want to be in that person to follow.
Yeah, excellent.
Absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alex, real quick, did you want to add to that before you start?
I was going to say, I love that you're approaching this from a sympathetic and an empathetic point of view, because there's a lot of people that think a certain way that are just basically influenced by their growing up. And kind of the easy thing to do is just point the finger and be like, okay, you are this way because it's your fault and you can do something about it, but you're not doing anything about it. But the reality is like just based on your zip code or just on where you grew up, there's like a higher probability of you ending up a certain, and those are the facts, you know? And like, I refuse to believe that just because, I refuse to believe that some people are just inherently dumb or some people are inherently lazy. I don't believe that at all. I think it has a lot to do with your environment. So yeah, I really appreciate that, watching it from like a very empathetic point of view.
Thank you. It's honestly, it's kind of like you could be born into like a poor environment, but it's kind of up to you to change that. So you can make all the excuses that, you know, I was born in a bad environment, but it's like, okay, what are you actually trying to do to fix this?
Okay.
No, I agree. I really empathize with the story as well. I think, but I also don't think, I think like, yeah, it's like, obviously it's not great. Yeah, it's up to the person at the end of the day to like really make a difference. You know, my dad is an expression, and yeah, I know it sounds kind of bad, but like there's a lot of truth in it. It says if you're born with one leg, you learn how to hop. Now, obviously, none of us like have any kind of, you know, disability or anything like that. But I really feel like, you know, I believe it's all about the attitude you have in life. And, you know, there's some people, I feel like, you know, they have these attitudes, like they just go around blaming everything that happens to them on someone else. And they're kind of like, they blame other people for everything that happens in their life. But at a certain point, you know, you just got to take responsibility, take the reins of your own life and really go where you want to go. And, you know, it may be more harder for you than for other people, but life's not fair, unfortunately. So that's my opinions on that. Anyway, so as far as why I started my channel, pretty much just to connect with other people. I mean, I can reach way more people on YouTube than I can in person or in my local neighborhood. I think that's true for like kind of like exactly what you were just saying, but it's especially true on YouTube. On YouTube, you can connect with so many other people. And what's so great about YouTube is I feel like it's the only platform where you can actually get to know a person. Like if I met any of you in person right now, I would understand exactly what kind of person you are. I feel like I already met you before. Like it wouldn't be the first time meeting you. I've already met you guys all before through watching your videos and through talking to you right now virtually. So with YouTube, it's kind of like being able to meet 100 people all at once, which I think is a really powerful way to leverage the power of the internet and the power of social media in general to just kind of reach and connect with as many people as you want to in your related industry. And obviously, the more people you're able to connect with, you know, the better a life you're going to have. You can meet more people, you can make more connections, you can do more business partnerships, you can, you know, grow a larger audience, whatever the case may be, whatever your goal is life. The more people you know, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah, and it's like to add to that, it's kind of cool on like the inside, right? Because it's chances are you're making your content because you feel like there's a lack of content in YouTube, right? So you make your own kind of content the way that you want to see it, and chances are you're seeing it that way. There's an audience out there that feels the same way that you're creating for too. So that's also a cool thing.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan, you ready for the next question?
Yeah, let me hop into here. Did you guys just starting? I always think this is an interesting question. If anyone's watching this that is debating starting a YouTube channel, if did you guys have reservations when you started? Any kind of insecurities you're worried about, or anything? And if you did, sorry, that's my daughter who's over here.
That's all right.
If you did, you know, did those ever materialize, or did you have any reservations toward? It's very interesting because I did. I started a YouTube channel like 6 months before I actually did. I shot videos, but I was like, it's not good enough. Like, you're just kind of scared to put yourself out there. So what would you say to someone similar to me at that time, knowing what you know?
I would say watch my first video ever because it's pretty bad. It has like, it's like me stuttering. There's no edits whatsoever. There's like no edits at all. Me stuttering and talking straight through it. And then watch my video now, right? Because it's like, it wasn't like a huge, it'll seem like a huge jump from that first video to like this video now where there's like B-roll, there's like sound in the back that people don't even subconsciously will hear, right? Like, was that a car set effect? Like with that B-roll, and then like the information, how it's presented. But if you watch it, I was never looking to be like the best. I was always looking to get like 1% better with every single video, right? And like, if you have 100 videos out and you're trying to get 1% better every time, eventually it's going to be like 100% better than the first time you've ever done it. But you can't get better unless you put bad products out there. And it's if you're worried about like putting some bad content out there, like your next video is going to be better, so it's going to make your previous one bad anyways, and then the one that's the best right now is eventually going to be your worst one, right? So just keep improving and just keep putting content out there, and if you keep improving, you can't get any worse than you are now.
Yeah, good points.
Yeah.
Good points.
I think my biggest fear when starting my YouTube channel, someone that I know in real life would actually see it. But to this day, I still don't think that's happened yet, or at least like no one's told me about it. I mean, obviously I still have a very small channel, so I don't know if that's happened yet. So that was kind of my biggest reservation. Honestly, that should even serve as more inspiration to try to put out good content. If your content isn't good enough that you don't want a random stranger to see it, then like maybe you should improve your content. So that should add some more fuel to the fire, which I've kind of been like steering more towards. Because like I watched my videos from like a year ago, like I kind of cringe a little bit. But like I watch my videos from last week and I don't cringe as much because like I'm trying to become more confident, natural, and just like I'm speaking to a regular human being. So yeah, I think even if you do have reservations or fears, kind of just try to use that as like inspiration to be better.
Alex, I'll just say your last video was like you had the music going to it and a clear cut. Like it looked like you're trying to up your game a little.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the background music. I'll like listen to some like playlists sometimes. Like when I'm studying, I'll be like, oh, that'd be really good for a YouTube video. So yeah, try to make enjoyable videos for sure.
Brandon?
I think the advice I would give myself is sometimes you kind of suffer, especially when we begin with YouTube, from like equipment overload. Like we want all the equipment, we want the perfect camera, we want the lights. Every single time we're about to get started, we're like, no, we need another piece of equipment. Anybody about to get started, it doesn't matter how much equipment that you get. Your first video is probably going to be bad. It's going to most of the time it's going to be bad. And
do you guys all still have your first video up?
I do. Just remind myself, like, am I even getting any better? I look at that, I'm like, oh yeah, yes, I am.
Everybody that's watching this, go to our channels right now and check out that first video.
Go to Kevin's channel.
It's gross. Like you're gonna see, like it's just like a weird room. Like everybody's like, I love your lights, I love your setup, I love your back. And you look at it, there's like a random plant like in my other room. Like, what is he growing back there? Like, what kind of channel is this? It's random stuff, and then you get like eventually you get here, and then I'm still always trying to improve, but it's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, just have to get started.
That's
the only way you're gonna get better. Just get started. Don't prolong it. Don't do anything. Just get started and just get better.
Absolutely. Jack, you want to elaborate on that, or you'll get?
Yeah, Jack.
I don't know. I mean, pretty much it's the exact same advice. So I don't want to just repeat the same advice over and over again. But I hear the same, and it's so true for so many things, not just like YouTube channels, but so many things. Like you're bad at the first time you try out so many different things. Like one thing I've talked about in the past is cold calling. I'm not sure if you guys have any experience in that. Maybe Ryan, I know you're in sales. So
man.
I can only imagine. I do cold calls part-time. I go to school most of the time, but I can only imagine doing them full-time. And yet, the exact same advice that I give people there, like, your first cold call is going to suck. Your first YouTube video is going to suck. But after your 50th one, your 100th one, you seem 1,000 times better than when you first started. So that's the only thing I'd say on that.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's just like, and like just the thing, like everybody always says get started, but what I did to improve, right, is I went to channels. I went to different channels. I went to Ryan's channel. I went to everybody's channel here. I went to like the bigger ones like Graham Stephan. I even looked at like photography ones like Peter McKinnon. And I'm like, why is this entertaining to me, right? So that's one way that you can do it. If you're starting and you're like, okay, what's the next step after starting, right? Is go to other channels that you like and ask yourself, why does this work for me specifically?
Yeah, very good, very good. What do you guys enjoy the most about being a YouTube creator?
I like I said before, I love the fact that like there's barely any fire content out there, and I know there's a big market for it, but like nobody's making content for it. So instead of like waiting for that content to come out, you go out and do the research, you present it in a way, and you solve that problem for those people. And that's what I really like, is that you're solving these problems for people and you're providing entertainment at the same time. It's like the new media of the of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think it's making me a speaker because I kind of challenge myself to try to speak in one take because that means that my thoughts are well thought out and just like everything's articulated. And most videos recently like have been one take. Like even if I could make them better, even if I could make them better by like, you know, editing them, like not to. I was like, yeah, sometimes, I mean, I don't have that many friends in real life, to be honest. Like I have a very small social circle, so I'm not constantly talking to people all the time. So yeah, basically like I have all these thoughts in my head, but I never really have the practice to like express them all the time. But like, yeah, like sometimes I'll watch my videos and even I would be like, well, what am I going to say at that point? Or like, even I would be like, I couldn't even understand myself. Like it wasn't intelligible enough. So yeah, forced to try to speak slower, clearly, and just be more articulate in general. So I think that's my favorite thing. I know that's like a very selfish thing to say, pro me, but yeah, it's my favorite thing about YouTube.
Wait,
one take, that's impressive.
I think my favorite thing is kind of meeting people, especially like I'll make a video. I remember one time I was at the mall with my brother, and I actually had somebody come up to me and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you look so familiar. Did you make like a YouTube video?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh," they're like, "Yeah, you made it on like cryptocurrency or something." I was like, "Yeah, I did." They were like, "Oh man, I just want to say thank you because like I was looking for so many different types of videos pertaining to that topic, and yours was like the only one that really like made a light bulb go off in my head and I actually understood." I think it's just being able to help people. And when you see them actually get what you're saying and understanding it better after watching one of your videos, I think that's like really worthwhile.
Yeah,
that's
I agree
awesome.
with that. Especially if you like teaching and all that.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Going last? All right, sounds good. Yeah, so I mean, my favorite part is, yeah, kind of being a teacher. I've never been a teacher before. You know, I don't particularly like learning that much in school, put it to you that way, and I didn't really think that I would enjoy teaching that much. However, when you're teaching about subjects that you're passionate about and you've actually had an interest in your entire life, like for me personally, entrepreneurship and investing. You know, I've been like being an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old, so it's like in my blood. I could talk about entrepreneurship and investing with you guys all day. You know, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, and my family even says I talk about it too much. So it's great to people appreciate my talk about entrepreneurship investing. They want more of it. So yeah, being an educator for the first time, and YouTube has basically allowed me to educate people all around the world, just like all you guys, on different subjects and topics that I'm passionate about. So that's what I really like about starting a YouTube channel.
Excellent.
My next question, it's a two-part question. Would you do YouTube if there was no money in it? And where do you see your channel in 5 years?
Sure. Let's reverse that. Let's go with Jack first, and then we'll just end with me.
Jack, yeah, we'll go to you. So Jack, that's a good idea because I feel like the question gets recycled. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll come this way, Brandon, Alex, then we'll finish with Kev.
Yeah, especially it's so strange. It's like in 5 years from now, I'll only be, I don't know, what's the youngest one of you guys? Like 22 or something?
I'm 30.
30.
I'm 25.
54.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So 5 years.
But Rick has the most energy.
Yeah. He's got more.
I'm ready for a nap after this.
So actually, I want to flip. I'll answer question number 2 first, and question number 1. So where do I see my YouTube channel in 5 years? My goal, the goal for this year, my goal is to get 1,000 subscribers. That's been the goal from day one. I feel like 1,000 subscribers really puts you in the mark of having a real substantial YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys are there or not. I don't remember every one of your subscriber counts, but I'm at 100 right now. Started about 3 months ago. The goal as far as like numeric numbers has always been 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how long that'll take me, but the goal has been 1,000. And in 5 years from now, I don't know, have an exact subscriber count or anything like that, but I'm just hoping that my channel can connect with as many teen investors, teen entrepreneurs, and young adults, you know, age 15 to 25, call it, as possible. As far as question number 2, or question number 1, you said, would I do it for no money? So first of all, I'm not making any money right now. 100 subscribers, you don't make any money on YouTube. 4,000 hours long. We got a long way to go before 4,000 hours. So I'm already doing it without making any money. And yeah, I would continue to do it in the future without making any money, just because you get to talk with so many new people that you never get to talk to before. And as I said, I enjoy educating others.
Gotcha.
Brandon?
So first question was, would I do it for no money? I make a little something from it. There's nothing life-changing, but in terms of, I think the whole purpose of us to do YouTube, well, majority of us, is so we can actually like make money and survive off of it. So like, I know if you have jobs or stuff, I know you don't want to probably do that for the rest of your life. I don't know. That's personally for me. I don't want to be at my job for the rest of my life, but the purpose of doing YouTube is to eventually be able to have that income make me survive. So I think for me to do it for money, I think probably, yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do it, but it's not the main reason. It's probably like the 5th reason on my list. The most important reason is to connect with people, teach people, and help change their lives. In terms of where my channel will be in 5 years, I feel like...
Where would you like it to be? I mean,
where I would like it to be?
And realistically,
Realistically, in 5 years, I think I will be at like 250K subscribers.
That's pretty substantial, man.
Wow, it's huge.
Yeah.
All you need is one video, man. One video.
And then just stack on that video for a while.
We're one video away.
Just like put all the hot keywords in one video, like Tesla, crypto, trading, day trading. Just make a video.
If like Alex, are you part of? Are you in Gen X's Discord too? I see you in.
He's funny.
He's funny. He wants to come out with a video on Robinhood buying Tesla with crypto. And buying partial shares of it.
Yeah. Partial fractional shares.
That's
buying 200 shares with 50 cents.
Yeah, drip investing.
Yeah, so I'll answer your question. The first part of the question, like, I love YouTube a lot, but if I wasn't making money on YouTube, or if I were to never make money on YouTube, then it wouldn't really matter to me. I consider myself to be someone who wants to build passive income streams, and I do want to be, relatively wealthy at a young age. But I don't see YouTube being in the top 10 or 20 streams that I have. It's just where my mind's at right now in terms of making money. Like, I do want to put out good content. I do like engaging the community, but yeah, the money part isn't my main motivation. Where would I like to be? I would say like 600 subscribers would probably be really cool.
How many?
6,900. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe a few thousand is both a realistic and a number that I would like. Maybe a few thousand.
Yeah, who was that? I made it in one of my videos. It was Larry Page. He goes, have a healthy disregard for the impossible. So I always kind of stretch it, a little bit further.
Sure,
I don't know if you guys follow Larry Page, but actually, speaking of Larry Page, Alphabet just the third company to break $1 trillion market cap today.
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
That was pretty crazy.
Saw the big tech ones, huh?
Yeah. What about you, Kev?
Where do I see my channel 5 years?
I'll be back in 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Well, you could keep on talking. I'll be back.
Okay.
Good. Where do I see my channel in 5 years? Yeah, I'm honestly not sure, right? Because it's like I was like, all right, if I can get one person, that's it. That's my goal, And then it just started stacking up, and I was like, whoa, like this is kind of cool. It'd be nice to get like 20,000, maybe 30,000, right? In that time. And like, would I do this if money wasn't a factor? I think I would, but not as often, I don't think. And because I like editing, I like storytelling. It's just, and I didn't know that about myself, right? Because I like putting all these B-rolls together and just putting my thought process out that way. It's like the new blogging, if you will, right? So that's kind of where I see my channel. But the goal in general is just to make like a side income, right? Because it's for me, I'm just trying to prove a concept. I want to know, like, these people are making money online. It's inspirational. Can a normal person like me do it? And that's kind of cool to watch. That's kind of cool to try to figure out.
Good. What's the biggest thing you guys have learned in the past year about YouTube?
Do you want to go with Alex and then
anybody? Yeah, whoever wants.
Nah, actually, I'm gonna think about mine for a second. So someone else go first.
The biggest thing that I learned about YouTube is it's I knew it was hard, but it's really, really hard. That's one thing that I learned. And then this biggest thing. Actually, come back to me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but yeah. Like, there's so many things. Like, what's the biggest? That's the hardest.
Yeah,
one.
Jack, Brandon, you guys.
I think the biggest thing that I learned is there's really no timeline, or you shouldn't really compare yourself to other creators, because I had a friend that I actually helped him start his YouTube channel, and he took off. Like, he's at like 200K now.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like
that's rough. That's rough.
What does he talk about?
He does like comedy and sketches and stuff, but he's like super consistent. He makes like 4 videos a day, so it was like the algorithm is loving him. But I think in terms, like, people kind of give themselves this timeline where they're like, oh, I gotta have this amount of subscribers by this time. But honestly, with YouTube, it's kind of like you never know when you're gonna take off. You're honestly just one video away from just taking off. So, like, don't give up at all. That's kind of what I learned about it. Because honestly, people give up, and they're usually probably a little, like, 1 video, 2, 3, 5 videos away from seeing some major success. But then they stop, and then they lose that momentum. Like, people start to see momentum, and then that's usually when they give up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that I've learned from YouTube is, there's just so many things that I've learned. Like, one of the first things is doing cross collaborations with you guys. Like, do as many of these as you can, because the more people you get in front of, just the better it's going to be for your channel. But then I think, like, overall, sort of what I learned is how much actually goes into, like, the video process. And as soon as you finish filming the video, you're, like, not even done. You might not even be halfway done. There's still so much editing that goes into it. There's so much SEO in terms of the description that goes into it. There's thinking of the perfect title, the thumbnail, which is like, in terms of determines whether half the people are going to even watch the video in the first place. So just really kind of getting good at this. Probably 50% or more of your YouTube channel goes into the thumbnail and the SEO type components that you're putting into the description and the title. So that's really been a big game changer for me. I'm still learning it. I'm not by no means an expert at it, but really trying to get better at the SEO part of YouTube and the editing part of YouTube.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, yeah, so to go back to that question, it's like the biggest thing I learned is, like, as a viewer, actually 2 things I learned. There's like the creator, like, YouTube etiquette, right? Where you go into other people's channels to, like, talk to them, build a relationship with them, sub to their channel without saying, hey, I got a channel too, sub to me, so you learn that etiquette. And then the other one is, you, as a viewer watching it, there's some kind of work that goes into creating content, whether it's like researching it, scripting it, editing it, planning for the next one, batching your content, your process in general. But you don't know how much work goes into it until you actually become a creator and you actually have to do that yourself. It's like and like the amount of work that you put in does not necessarily relate to the amount of views that you get. So you learn all of that in the background, and you realize how much work every content creator, small or large, has to go through in order to push out. Even a 5-minute video takes hours. It could take hours.
Yeah, definitely. Travis, good question.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I don't know if this is the biggest thing I learned, but certainly something I learned was I wasn't expecting it to be like this positive. especially in terms of comments. Because like if you were to watch like a regular video, like it could have been anything. Because like I think maybe 5 years ago, YouTube was a lot more negative. If you watch like a live performance of like a band or something, there's just like so many people roasting the band members or just like making jokes on them. So I thought that's kind of what it was going to be like. But yeah, I mean, I only come across a negative comment maybe like 1 out of every 50 or something like that. And I'm sure that YouTube does more filtering to remove a lot more. So yeah.
Haters.
Haters.
Yeah.
Going to the next question after Travis's. What do you guys think about Travis's point here? Oh, lost it.
I want to put it back. Sorry. Hey, you might turn it off.
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think about that? I'm actually curious about that question too. I've been actually thinking about this. Like, do I upload a lot or do I just upload once a week with one really good video? So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, but Brandon, I'm really curious because you have the most experience here. What would you comment back to that?
It's kind of like it's a double-edged sword because then again, you can post a lot, still not seeing your results. But then you can post a little and see a lot of results. So I think it really comes down to your content providing a lot of value. But people and you gotta really determine like how much content you're gonna make and stick with it, because people will start to create 2 videos or 3 videos a week, and then the algorithm will like that. But then you have to consistently do that, because once you start to drop off and you don't create that same amount of content, then your momentum goes down.
Yeah.
But then again, you do have to provide a lot of value as well. I think it's kind of a mixture, to be honest. You have to provide a lot of, like, I feel like the newer algorithm, it wants to see you create a lot of content, but it wants to see you create a lot of content with value.
That's fair. I kind of have a rule of thumb, which is like, I want my subscribers to be happy that I uploaded and not be like, oh, Blood Phantom uploaded another video again. Like, okay, I guess I'll check it out. So I try to maybe upload once a week, but that's just kind of like my personal rule of thumb. I have no idea how much that actually helps with getting exposure.
Jimmy, Jack, right? I'm an example.
I know. It's good. Yeah, I honestly don't know how it has an effect at all. I mean, so I saw someone said 4 times a day. Someone was saying that earlier, something like that. I mean, I can only imagine what kind of effect it has. But one thing I have to say is obviously quality versus value. Now, we're all thinking about ourselves as viewers, like we're really looking for that quality. The one thing I'd say is that I think putting more things out there allows you to test more. So, like, we don't know. It's all just a guessing game at the end of the day. Like, I mean, so many videos that I've had got more views than other videos. And same thing, sure, for you guys. Like, we don't know exactly what's going to do well. We can have a good guess. We can have a good guess or like a good anticipation that's going to do well. But at the end of the day, like, it's up to the YouTube algorithm. It's up to what, in general, people think of those videos and how long they're watching the videos for. So I feel like just by posting more videos in general, it kind of gives you more. Each video you post gives you more of an opportunity to really see what your audience is engaging with and to really just get that one chance of success. And as Brandon said, you're only like 1 or 2 videos away until that one major video hits and you get a ton of subscribers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's sorry. I think it's value too, and rather than quantity, just because like you get channels like Matt Diavella, which isn't like a finance channel or anything like that. He's just like a minimalist channel, but he's very good at storytelling, and he has very few videos, as well as like Andre Jack or whatever. He doesn't have nearly as much videos as like the Graham Steffens, all right, or the financial education channels or anything like that. I think what it comes down to really is just like click through and like the amount of watch time that you get and stuff. And like you can see, like if you watch like Creator Studios and they give tips on how the algorithm works and stuff, they really do emphasize on like watch time, the value, how the viewers perceive it and how fast they click onto it, view velocity. There's just like so much that goes into it, you know?
Yeah. I think a good person to learn from is Gen X. I mean, he's one that's having a lot of success, well deserved. But his value proposition, I mean, it's such an entertaining, well thought out, you know, well illustrated video. They're like 45 minutes, and you're just like, so like, I'm so enamored. Like I learned like the history behind the company and all the usefulness. Like I never thought like Procter and Gamble and toilet paper were so interesting and fascinating, but by the end, like so pumped up. Yeah, I don't know if Jack or you, Brandon, know Gen X, but I would say, you know, in our finance niche right now, if I were to predict, I think he's just gonna be like one of those guys is huge. You know.
Really? Yeah. All his videos are getting 1 to 5,000 views minimum.
Yeah, and they're just
they're
and they deserve more. They're incredible.
Yeah, they're entertaining videos, right? They're awesome.
Yeah.
Which is tough. It's tough to get a lot of views on a long video.
Yeah, and there he is. There he is. Has everybody gone through?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody's, and just want to make this quick point, if anybody's watching this stream or watching it afterwards, and you want to be a guest on an upcoming Creator Talk show, just make a comment below or to the side. Love to have you guys on board with us. Have you guys ever had a negative comment yet? If so, how do you guys deal with it?
I haven't had any negatives really. Like I don't think I'm getting like my videos out there large enough to do that. Like a couple dislikes here and there, but then they just kind of bounce. But
yeah, that doesn't count.
I've had a couple negative comments actually, and I actually found one through like YouTube spam filter, so it wasn't actually supposed to get to me, but I saw it anyway. But like one that was like an actual real constructive criticism comment, which I would consider negative, was like someone said like I shouldn't trade options or something like that, or like they're just like you should stop trading, stop making videos. And I was like, of all the things you could have criticized, like you're gonna criticize my trading, like that's no. So
don't go there.
Yeah, exactly. I just mean like there's not much merit to it, you know. Like I like my maybe like I stutter a lot too much or something like that. You could criticize that, but like my trading, I don't know.
Did you respond to it?
I did. I just explained myself. I was just like, yeah, I already said that like in the video that I sold these options like before the video. So that's why you're only seeing like a little bit of them, like etc. I just explained myself. He didn't respond to that. But this other comment I got was actually like a little more nasty. I think someone called me like bad words because I smacked my lips too much in my video. And like I thought about it for the rest of the day actually because it was like a pretty nasty comment. But honestly, like the more I thought about it, I was like, it's not the worst comment in the world because when I see videos of other people that are smacking their lips when they talk, like it's kind of annoying. So if anything, this was like this guy's very aggressive way to tell me to stop smacking my lips. And so like from that moment, I just stopped doing it. So it was constructive criticism, but just framed in a very, very negative way. So yeah, I just took the positive out of it.
Good.
Brandon, you've been in the game longer.
Yeah.
Negative comments, I get them all the time.
Ooh, we hit a nerve. Sorry.
I think regardless, it doesn't matter how good your channel is. You're going to have that one person or couple people that make negative comments. And sometimes it might not necessarily mean that they are negative towards your channel. Sometimes they do just want attention. Sometimes like they're used to creators ignoring them and not really talking back or commenting back. So most of the time when we do say something negative to a creator, we do get a response from them. So sometimes they just like to see if you'll respond back to them. And most of the time we do, because I'll always respond back to my negative comments. But then there's other times where they're going through your video, they might have misunderstood something and they're like, oh yeah, what you said there, that must be a scam.
Is there any that stand out that were funny?
Yeah.
Funny. So I haven't really had one that was funny, but I had one where somebody said like I was scamming. So I was like basically doing this video on this it's called Ship. It's an app called Shipped where you do grocery delivery or whatever. And pretty much they were going through like one of my screenshots. They were like, there's no way in hell you made $2,000 in a week. Because in my neighborhood, like I do the same thing and I can barely crack 400. And they're like, yeah, you're scamming. You're lying to all these people. Like you need to stop making videos, stop lying to these people. But what they didn't realize is each state, they all have different pay scales and pay structures. So the pay structure in New York is way different from the pay structure in where they live. It's like relative, that's super high in New York and where they live. So they'll do a delivery, they'll get like $6. But in my neighborhood, I'll do a delivery and get like $40. So you see how like that's so much different.
Right.
Yeah.
So after like I explained that to them, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry for calling you a scammer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I apologize.
Yeah.
For the
Like
haters,
sometimes you just gotta be.
yeah. So for the haters, I think that anytime anyone's going to sit there and leave a negative comment, I think it speaks so much more on themselves and what's going on in their own head than on the creator at all. I think that most of the time, if you're going to sit there and leave a negative review, there's something going on wrong in their life. I mean, look at this guy, the guy who just complained that, he was making only 400 and Brandon, you were making 2,000. He must be upset because he's not making enough money and he's just blaming it on your channel or something like that to deal with his own insecurity. So personally on my channel, I don't really get any haters so far. Maybe that's just because I don't have a large enough audience yet. And obviously as you get more subscribers, you get most of it's good and a little bit of bad. The one negative comment I got was this one guy, Jordan the Plug. I know his name. He said he didn't like the person that I interviewed. So that wasn't really anything negative towards me. That was just sort of the other guy. But at first I kind of was like, hey, is this like hater? I don't know. I don't know what this guy is. I don't know what his deal is. But yeah, I ultimately think that overall haters, they're talking more about something going on wrong in their own lives. Something's kind of messed up in their own line. And they're trying to reflect that on your channel. And their goal is just kind of stop to get you to get something to go wrong in your life so they can feel better about themselves. So I don't really pay too much attention to haters. I more just kind of feel bad for them.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, I had someone yesterday commented that I talk too much. I'm like, well, this is my channel. I'm not here to talk.
Really?
I was like, I put it on my Instagram story. I said the next video I'm going to make is just me being silent on screen.
Right, just stand there. Just stand there and say
but gents, I do want to say we're going to get we'll wrap this up closer on 10 here. We'll kind of get into like a wrapping up mode. I want to take this time to just thank everyone that's still in the chat that's joined us tonight, and just give a reminder that we have all the channels linked in the description. Anyone watching this on replay, and thank you guys for hopping on. I'm a big fan of Kevin and Alex's channel. I'm newer to Jimmy and Brandon's, and we're really trying to just reach out, grow the community, and see what we can learn when we bring like-minded people together. So I really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. It's been a fun time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man.
So Rick, you do these all the time. So do you have like good closing, any ways that you like to wrap up the shows? I'm still learning, so I'm teaming up with Rick on this.
Yeah, well, basically, is there anything that you guys want to elaborate on? Like, are there any last minute like little highlights, like any YouTube secrets, say to other creators that are watching? Is there any advice that you would give somebody, as your last comment, basically? Go out with a bang sort of thing. Like, what advice would you give somebody coming into YouTube, or like I said, the secrets perhaps? Anything you guys want to elaborate on quickly?
Let's see. I mean, I haven't had a video take off yet, so I don't know. The only things I've learned is learn about your analytics, learn to read them, but don't stress over them, because those numbers, once you start doing YouTube and you're starting out and you're like got that one subscriber, if it's you get into this high, you get the second one, you're like, oh, that's awesome. And then you get none for a while, or you might get a couple of views or less views, and you're just stressing out about the numbers. Just remember why you did it in the first place, right? And just really like the process. Like, I really like editing, and that should be your main reason, right? Is just you just like it. You like the topic that you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Good point.
Yeah, I think I check my analytics every once in a while. I think it's obvious like which types of my videos are going to get more views. I think like dividend growth investing and dividend investing and anything that has to do with M1 finance usually gets like 6 times my Robinhood videos. Like my daily recap videos probably get like, I don't know, 60 views each. But that still doesn't stop me from like making them or like making another type of video. So yeah, I think it's important to know your audience. Most people are interested in long-term investing than they are trading, and your numbers are going to reflect that. And I think like the YouTube studio is actually getting really nice because you get to see like charts of your subscribers and like which videos led to more subscribers or which videos led to more likes or more views, and you get to see like your retention. So yeah, I would say utilize the YouTube Studio a lot.
Smart, Brandon.
Just to add on to that, I know you mentioned this YouTube Studio, but you definitely check like what videos are performing well. And once you find those types of videos, try to make more of those videos, because obviously people like them and people want to see them. So make more of that content.
Yeah.
And yeah, also when it pertains to like whatever niche you're in, try to see what your competition is doing and try to see what videos are performing well on their channels and do that on your channels as well.
Yeah, good points. Very good points. Jack?
Great advice. Yeah, so the biggest thing that I would say is, first of all, you just got to get started. I mean, half the battle is putting up your first video. You know, I've been thinking about making a YouTube channel for maybe a year or so now. And to be honest, I can't remember there's nothing that went up in my head was like, now it's time to make a YouTube channel. So I was just kind of like, you know, I want to experiment, see how many views I can get. At the time, I was big on Quora, so I was using some Quora traffic to drive views to my YouTube channel. And then actually my Quora account subsequently got banned because Quora is very against promotional links. And once you get an account banned on Quora, there's no coming back. A lot of people have gotten banned on Quora. I was reading about it. So I just kind of left this YouTube channel. I'm just like, all right, let me see what I can do this. And since then, I've posted 50 videos, gotten some views on my channel, gotten some subscribers. And the biggest piece of advice I'd say is, one, you have to learn the thumbnails. I think the thumbnails are crucial. When I'm thinking about clicking on a video, I'm looking at the thumbnail before I'm looking at the title, before I'm looking at the description, before I'm looking at anything. I'm looking at the thumbnail. I don't even care whose video it is. I'm looking at the thumbnail first. And then second, just you got to post your first video, because you're only going to get better once you start posting your first video. It's not like you go from 0 to great. You got to reach all the steps in between. And between your first video and your 50th video, you're gonna act like you're in almost an entirely different YouTube channel, because you're gonna get so much better. So yeah, those are my 2 pieces of advice for everybody.
So to add to that, Jimmy, if you're Jimmy, I'm gonna Jack.
It doesn't.
There's a comment here from Daniel. Sorry, with Informed Trades. He has a course. I took the course. Rick took the course. Kevin took the course. It can get you monetized within probably 6 weeks if you hustle on it. Pretty cool program to consider. So I just want to make the introduction. You know, if any of you guys are interested, it really helped me. And also Daniel, he's just a big part of our community and support what he's got going on over there. Just I thought it was worth noting. Gen X has been asking to see Hunter. This will be her second actual YouTube video. My wife did a birth and my wife did a labor and birth vlog, or something like it's called that. Got 10,000 views in one day so far. So we got to maybe have some kids to. Wow. Here is.
I gotta stack on those videos. Yeah. Make videos that work.
She's
Wait,
fresh.
Your wife has jobs, right?
She's up to almost 23,000 now. I mean,
we gotta learn from her. She's beating all of us.
Yeah, and she did tell me, and when I think I might do, I kind of fall into this selfish thing, I really like these videos I make about, I call them my success series. They don't get gangbuster views, but like if I make a video about like Tesla or something like that, that'll get a lot of views. So, but she kind of just said, until you get a bigger audience that really wants to buy into you, it's really going to rely on the topic and try to stay in trending things, and that's what she did. And now she can she has a captivated audience that's really interested in her, and I think that happens somewhere after 10,000 subscribers. I believe.
Make more Tesla
videos. Everybody, all right. Well, guys, on that note, thanks a lot once again. Like Ryan just said, can't thank you guys enough for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. And it's time to wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half. I think it's going to go this long. Holy mackerel.
And guys, we'll be back next Thursday on Rick's channel. So we already have some people lined up. So if you guys are interested and you're in the comment section, let us know. And again, thank you guys so much. I apprate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
Guys. Thanks.
Hunter says good night.
Good night, Hunter.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.
All right, thanks.
Peace out, homies.
Bye.
and broadcast. There we are.